वो कमरा खाली कर रहा है, बैचलर आदमी नहीं चाहिए।
तो बैचलर आदमी क्या टेररिस्ट होता है?
अरे होता होगा।
We were all on the same page. That there was what happened that night on February 8, 2014, 2010 was a violation of somebody's dignity. And the Constitution gives you that right. Everybody has an equal right to dignity, privacy.
Which Ashish Vidyarthi also picks
the
up
right
on
to
in
the right to equality. We have the right to equality, equal right, and so dignity was the operative word. Okay, the characters must have dignity.
Preparing like with all this Marathi, because you're singing in Marathi in the film,
Right.
you're speaking in that whole accent is like that speech is almost the same.
Right.
Like you can feel that this guy is a Maharashtrian and
Right.
he has that angle, and you're like a
Yeah, I was telling her, Hansal, when we were coming to your office, that and director of mine, who directed me and Tabu, my next film, which will be released in July, is Mukula Bhayankar.
which you are producing.
Yeah. So, by chance, he's in love with Marathi poetry, Marathi literature. He's a guy who's always throwing big, difficult Hindi and Marathi words at you. So me and Tabu used to make fun of him all the time. So when he called up just now, I put it on the speaker. I wanted him to just listen to it. Then I spoke to him. I completed my conversation. Do you know why did I put it on the speaker? He said, yes, I know. What? You got the accent for serious from him. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a difference between Bhikkhu Mhatre and Sirius. Sirius is a literature person. He's a professor. He's a doctorate. Okay. He's from Nagpur. He's not from Marathwada. He's not from any central Maharashtra. No, so and also he's not from the street. So his upbringing, his education, and his atmosphere is completely different from that of Bhikkhu Mhatre. Okay. So and also he's been living and teaching in Aligarh, which is primarily Urdu speaking city. Okay, Urdu Hindi speaking city, and Uttar Pradesh. So the language had to have all of this in his whatever he was speaking. Everything has to reflect in his speech. So I don't know how much I have to.
So many Maharashtrian people who have seen the film, including a Maharashtrian journalist who wrote in Midday, was so overwhelmed with how close to life he was. I think the title of that piece was A Different Kind of Marathi Manus, which he had brought out in her article. So people from the community, Maharashtrian people, have completely embraced his accent and his characteristics, like they had during Bhikkhu Mhatre.
Yeah. Singing part was difficult. I must confess, because I kept on practicing the singing part all the time, because
While you're singing in the at the party.
At the party part, the getting the cheer was the most difficult thing. I still can't do it. That's another thing. But it's very difficult because हम लोग को हिंदी पढ़ाई गई है. हम लोग ज बोलते हैं, झ बोलते हैं, ज बोलते हैं, ज बोलते हैं.
We had great time shooting that song. All of us applauded. The applause was genuine.
Applause was genuine.
Genuine applause. And now it was shot in North India. None of them understood Marathi.
Right.
But they loved the way he was singing. The innocence which he was singing.
As a writer and a editor, that's two very different things from where I'm sitting. I feel like, because a writer would always want everything to be on film, and editor would want to cut it down towards his vision. So how does that happen? How do you find a balance in writing for screen and editing then your same stuff?
Like initially there was a little bit of a conflict. The first time I saw the rushes, I did feel like there were things that I had written that struck off, and things that weren't written that they had improvised and put into the film. And so it hit me, and I wasn't sure about whether I'd have the kind of objectivity to go through with it. But he's very calm to work with. You know, even if there's a fire burning somewhere, he's like, "Nee, it's okay, chill out, it's all fine. You take a break and come back." So I took a break. You know, I went and I edited another film when I came back. Well, this time around, I kind of realized something that I'd always talked about, but experience only you realize it. Is that editing and writing are actually the same thing at different stages. As an editor also, I have got the opportunity right from my first film, just Satya, you know, to my films with Hansal especially, you know, in order to rework the screenplay if need be, you know, do whatever is best to narrate the story. So I've been nurtured as a narrator, you know, first by Ramu and, you know, subsequently by Hansal. As a narrator, somebody who could narrate the story. So when I came back into it, I saw it objectively like that. You know, I said that I have got an opportunity to rewrite the film. वो जो 7 ड्राफ्ट हुए थे, अब 8वां ड्राफ्ट मैं कर सकता हूँ.
8वां ड्राफ्ट मैंने किया था.
Set भी किया था. Yeah. It's my line only. I forgot my lines. Yeah. So they got an opportunity to revisit it. You know, and this time I was like I completely forgot what was written, and that's what we do with most films, much to the anger of some of the writers whose films I've worked on. You know, that's what we do. We kind of go. I forget the script. I read it only to decide whether to do the film, and now I go into the editing room and the rushes that the director gives you. That's your script, and then from that I began cutting the film.
This is Rajkumar's third film. So,
This is my third work too with him.
third consecutive film in the last 5 years. So when the script was being written and the original idea that came was about Siras. You know, Deepu Sebastian is something that he found. The articles by Deepu Sebastian which were published in the Indian Express, which Apurva spoke to Deepu and created material out of it. So suddenly the character of Deepu Sebastian became, you know, very, very principal to the script. When that happened, first person I went to was Raj. I said, you know, first right of refusal is with him. So I went to Raj. I said, look, this is the part. Still being fleshed out, but do you want to play it? So his answer was, I cannot see somebody else in your film. And he also, you know, when later on, that conversation happened and I left it that with Raj. I knew that once the script was written, I gave him the script, and if he feels that it is not enough for him, we'll work on another film. There is no issue. Then when the script was ready and we approached Manoj, he said, now I'm definitely doing it. Because for him, he always used to tell me that I'm inspired by Manoj. You know, Shul for him was a huge inspiration. It's a role that he wanted to emulate. Even today he tells me that एक Shul जैसी film मेरे साथ भी करिए आप. You know, he keeps telling me. वो ना मैं रामू हूँ ना तो मनोज है. So, but it was, there's a comfort level that I share. I mean, Raj, for his age, he has a lot of maturity.
Yeah, that's what he showed a lot in this film. I think that
amazing maturity.
The generosity, the generosity that he has as a person, it reflects in his performance too. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to listen to the to an actor who's playing the main guy, and you just have to stand there and watch him and just react, which is the most difficult. Many of the actors get insecure, and they keep adding something or the other.
Or they start bugging the director.
You know.
कि मैं सिर्फ क्यों दे रहा हूँ.
You know, after pack up they will come. The next day they will not want to do a scene till they have lines written for them. So, but none of that. I mean, that has never happened with him.
You have worked with each other, both of you, back in the day. And so, what are the differences you see in each other since that point till today? Because there's a lot of gap since that movie.
See, We've done a series also, long back, pre-Satya, much before 94. So we know each other since 22 years now. He's the first guy I went to for work. He was shooting for a telefilm with Ashish Vidyarthi. And Ashish has always been a very close buddy of mine since my theatre days. So he took me to his shooting and he was there. So I met him for work and we started chatting and he became a very close friend of mine. But from that time till now, there is a clear-cut evolution in Hansal Mehta. He's seen loads of personal and professional ups and downs in life, and I was a close witness to all the upheavals he was going through, and he's gone through for a very long time. When he was shooting for Dil Pe Mat Le Yaar, he was trying to find his calling throughout. Throughout, he was trying to find his own ground. When you were shooting for Dil Pe Mat Le Yaar, when you were shooting for Chhal, when you were shooting for Ye Kya Ho Raha Hai or Woodstock, he was always depending on many people to show him the way. But Hansal Mehta person, the day he found his spine, the day he found his strength and his voice, which has become quite evident now on social media. Okay. And I would say that day, Hansal Mehta, the director, found his calling. And result is very, very obviously seen in films like Shahid, Satellite, and now Aligarh. Okay, so Hansal Mehta the person and Hansal Mehta the director, they evolved simultaneously. Okay, and they found each other, in their director or in their person at the same time. This is a miraculous thing, magical thing that has happened to Hansal Mehta. And I have seen it, and he's been a very good friend of mine. But at the same time, for a very long time, we were not talking to each other. Okay, so he was looking at me from a distance, I was looking at him from a distance, still feeling for each other. Okay, so and this is my conclusion about Hansal Mehta, that the day he became very, very vocal about his feeling, his opinion about the socio-political issues, that was the day he found his voice, he found his ground in the professional area.
And what about you, sir?
I think Manoj has evolved, he's become more mature, he's a much calmer person, and the commitment has remained the same. He was always committed to his character. And the only difference is that he learned somewhere to switch off. When you were doing Dil Pe Mat Le Yaar, even Kalakar, he would not switch off for days.
Kalakar is the show you
television show. But Dil Pe Mat Le Yaar, I remember he never switched off from the character. He was playing a character of Ramsar Pandey, who went through a lot of ups and downs. So he was also super energetic. So beginning of the schedule, he was hyper energetic, and then slowly as the person's downward spiral began, Manoj also, his mood, his state of mind became, there was a downward spiral. I did not know Manoj. I was dealing with Ramsar and Pandit 24/7. So now, it was tough. Ramsar and Pandey in real life is not somebody you can deal with all the time. So, but now, when we playing serious, those 12 hours, 10 hours, he was serious. But the moment we shouted rap, Manoj became Manoj.
Critically, it's getting a lot of acclaim from the people that we are showing the film, and it has gotten quite a lot of adulation outside the country. And hopefully, once it releases, many people who see the film will like the film. But at the end of the day, I know personally, I want heroes should make money. Even if it is 1 rupee, they should make money. They should cover up the cost. They should make that 1 rupee extra so that they are encouraged to make
more movies like
this. Because it's very, very important. It's very important for these kind of films to get the money back, get some profit to the producer.
If you want to make your kind of films, you want to make a new kind of cinema, and you want people to come and watch it, you have to grow your audience gradually. So Shahid was made for 85 lakhs. Slowly the budgets grew. City Lights was for 3 crores plus. So slowly the budgets have grown. The audience also base has increased. You try to, you can make two kinds of films. The ones that maximize profit or the others that minimize risk. I'm in the business of minimizing risk. Making films at budgets that minimize your risk. It's not a very risky film.
You have to fight it out, Mr. Siras.
क्या करना होगा मुझे?
For more awesome news in the coming weeks, please subscribe to our channel below. Until then, happy movies to you. No gossip, no bullshit, just facts and exclusive news breaks. Catch all that and more only on Super Cinema's YouTube channel.